Remember that. Scholarships. Let's talk about academic scholarships. We do have academic scholarships available. Our academic scholarships, let's start high and work low. Presidential scholarship, 3.5 GPA, 26 or higher on the SAT or ACT. That's the category we are awarding right now. 26 or higher on the ACT or the equivalent on the SAT, which is about 1,500–1,600, with 3.5 or higher GPA. We also have the Provost Scholarship and the Dean Scholarship, which are lower level scholarships. But right now we're working high and moving down low. So since most of you have not had your first semester of your senior grades put on yet, what you want to do is we're doing applications for scholarship. You can apply for a scholarship once you get your first semester of your grades of your senior year. Say, hey, Ms. Finch, I'm doing okay. I want to apply for a scholarship. Everybody in this room should have my email address. I will be your direct link and connection to Alabama A&M parents, students, aunts, uncles. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you. Let's talk about scholarships for auxiliaries. We have band scholarships, we have choir scholarships, we have scholarships for dance team, we have scholarships for flag girls. There are scholarships available. If you have a talent, use the talent to get yourself money for school. Question?
How does the scholarships affect the EFC?
How does the scholarships affect the EFC?
Yes, expected family contribution.
Keep in mind, regardless of what type of scholarship you receive, you must still apply for FAFSA. It's mandatory by law, regardless of what school you attend, you gotta do FAFSA in order to receive any type of scholarship. The scholarship will be posted after your financial aid is awarded. They'll post the financial aid first and then they'll post the scholarship. So scholarships are not designed for you to have extra money. Scholarships are designed to help you pay your way through school. And that's a misconception that a lot of people have had. I saw a hand somewhere. My email address is going to be, I gave all of the students one of my cards, but I'll share my email address with you again before you leave. I've actually ran out of cards, but if you have a pen to write it down, I'll share it with you now. My email address is Manicia, M-A-N-I-C-I-A, .finch, F-I-N-C-H, @aamu.edu. And if you don't get that, I'll share it with you again before you leave. Any questions? Guys, the purpose of bringing you all here tonight is for you all to know that we are absolutely committed to making this work for you. I can't stress it to you enough how committed I am to this. I have an open line of communication. I know some people in this room have emailed me late at night and they're probably like, what in the world is she doing up at 2 o'clock in the morning? But if I'm up, regardless, I will answer your email. If it takes me a little while, I'm probably asleep, but I will get to it, I promise you. And I want to stress to you how important it is that you don't have to take my word for anything that I tell you about Alabama A&M. I want to invite you to come down and see for yourself. We have an extraordinary product, extraordinary university, extraordinary graduates, an extraordinary administration, and I promise you, if you come there with success on your mind, there are people there, including myself, that's going to lead you all the way through until you graduate. If you need a nurturing environment in a 6,000 person school, then you'll have it. Because there are people there that care about you and will believe in you. Yes, ma'am. Excellent question. Her question is, if you come in as an undecided major, and if you're not sure, I personally would rather for you to come as an undecided major. You will be placed in what is called the University College. University College is student support services, academic advising, testing, all of those things to help a student and guide a student through to help them decide on a major. But believe it or not, even after this process is over and you get to Alabama A&M, the majors are gonna start recruiting you. There are signs up now for the new freshman class. Hey, food science is such and such and such. There are big signs up on campus. So the majors are gonna try to entice you into certain majors too. So there will be ongoing recruitment for undecided majors and also advisors there to counsel you and to assist you based upon your interests and what you want to do to help you guide you through. That's a very good question. Yes, sir.
Are there enough classes to pretty much get in if you want to get in? For example, in California, it's my understanding that there's so much competition that a lot of times kids can't get the class to fill up so quickly.
You're not going to have that problem, I promise you. We have a very, very adequately staffed university. Now, a question that I've asked was how many the student-teacher ratio. Once you get concentrated into the major, when you're looking at majors in agribusiness or in education, you're going to be looking at very small class sizes, maybe like 19-1 as you get concentrated. The general studies courses, the math, the English, and science, there may be 70 people in your class, which is still a small class. So yes, we do have adequate instruction based upon the number of students that we recruit. That's a very good question.
So what's your retention rate for students that come from out of state?
Our retention rate for students that come out of state is very good. We actually recruit, we have 41 states represented on our campus. Now, you always gonna have a group of students to leave, and that's on every college campus. They get homesick and they go, and believe it or not, they'll go and they'll come back that next semester. But our retention rate is in the high 60 to 70%, which is very good. It's never gonna be 100. It won't. Question?
Can you explain what environmental health is?
Yes, I'd be glad to. A good example of environmental health, most of the environmental health professions may work for the government, or you may work for the state, or you may work on the county level. Environmental health is a perfect example. If a gasoline truck turned over in the road and the gas went into the sewer line, then that's a big environmental health scare. They'll send out the people that are in the environmental health because the water lines may be contaminated. So they'll be checking the water lines. Or if you're in a restaurant and you got food poison or food sick, they may send in a hazmat group to find out, is there some type of contamination that is going on in the restaurant itself. So in addition to that, Katrina in New Orleans, a lot of environmental health specialists went into, because remember the water was contaminated and they were trying to clean out, get the water back purified. That's environmental health. That's a good question.
How much more is the tuition cost if you come out of state?
Tuition, a lot of people think that tuition is increased by increasing the room and board, the tuition and the fee. The only thing that is increased for out-of-state students is just the tuition. I put a tuition and fee sheet in every bag. Now, keep in mind, on Alabama A&M's campus, we have about 8 women's dormitories, about 7 men's dormitories. Some of the dormitories are newer than others. All of the dormitories are immaculately kept. If you choose a higher priced dormitory, then of course your fees are going to be a little higher, which is the newer dorm. If you choose an adequate older dorm that's well maintained, and you can see the variation in the rates there. It's based on where you decide that you want to live. We have, a penthouse, and then we have the older historical dormitories on campus. So, they're all adequate and they're all very nice. I personally stayed in the older dorm because I like the bigger room. So it just depends. It also shows you on that fee sheet what you would pay, and that's per semester if you take 15 hours or if you decide to take 18 hours. Coming in as freshmen, I don't suggest that you take a huge load of classes until you get comfortable. Unless you are just an extraordinary student, 18 hours is great. Yes, ma'am. We do. I also brought some AP information along too, so you can see the classes that will convert to get the credit, the college credit. We do accept AP. That's a very good question. lawyers and also mayors. We do. And the transition program will be University College. What type of dance program? Now, we don't have a major in dance, but the dance program would be, as far as the auxiliaries are concerned, if someone is interested in auditioning for the marching band, the dance auxiliaries for the marching band, or for the dance auxiliaries for football, or some of the athletic sports, and there's scholarship money there too available for them. There is. Question?
Are freshmen required?
We do want the freshmen to live on campus. One thing I didn't get a chance to show you was some of the dormitories, because I actually put this PowerPoint together since I've been here with the help of public relations. But if you go online, I think we do have pictures of the different residential halls on campus to show you. Yes, we do want the freshmen to live on campus. We also have on a huge new conglomerate of apartments that are on the campus, but just right across the street from the campus too. And freshmen are allowed to have cars too as well.
Oh, they are.
Yes, ma'am.
And they're allowed to go to the apartment?
They gotta be an upperclassman, at least a sophomore, to live in the apartment. We don't wanna put them on their own too. Here. I gotta watch me.
I was wondering what makes your school not so much better, but what makes it stand out more than other colleges that are in the South? Because there's probably like 3 others that I'm looking at, and I was wondering what's the difference between yours and theirs.
You know what the difference is? Look very carefully at the schools that you decide. There were 40 fantastic colleges here. Fantastic colleges. The difference is, what's a good fit for you? What's a good fit for you? Do you need an environment like what we offer, or do you need an environment like what they offer? We have a great graduation rate. We set you up to see, look at what they offer versus what we offer. We have great student support services. If you struggle, even the best student can struggle. An A student can come to college and struggle. Let's be realistic about that. Who's there to help you? We have great student support services. Is what is a good fit for you? Do you learn better in a big environment? Do you learn better in a small environment? Do you need class sizes as 19 to 1? Do you need class sizes as 45 to 1? It's what's a good fit for you? Yes, ma'am.
My question is about safety. I know you said that your campus has safety, and I'm sure your school is pretty insulated, but my students, kids, are going to be the around if they go off campus, what's the climate like surrounding the university? And here in California, southern states kind of still have a bad rap in regards to racial and so forth. What is the environment like outside?
That's an excellent question. Let me share this with you. Huntsville is about 200,000 in population. It's called the Technology Center of the South. And you can go online and research this. Huntsville, Alabama has more professionals living there, people that have pursued BS, Masters, PhDs, than any city of its size in the state of Alabama. The F-1, across the country, that's right. The F-1 missile is made in Huntsville. There are hundreds and hundreds of Fortune 500 companies there that hire our graduates. Not just in engineering and technology, but for all areas. It is a very safe. Also go and look at the crime rate in Huntsville. It is extremely low. Extremely low. You may have heard about the incident at the University of Alabama where the professor shot 8 people. That's not us. That's across on the other side of town. Okay.